What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So I've noticed a few different people have been mentioning to me the lack of my presence inside LUNC and crypto overall over the past few months. And what this really boils down to is the development with Project Remedy, how much work, time, energy, and effort has gone into it, the different people that we're working with, and the marketing strategy that is going to be rolling out alongside this product. So LUNC gets a new ecosystem. So it gets a new user base rolling in. But the only way to do this, from my perspective, and this is the reason why we developed Project Remedy, was to empower the LUNC community, not an individual validator, not myself, not a specific group of people or a layer 2 coin that I'm launching that you've got to buy to use it. It has been specifically designed to empower you and each and every one of you that are stood listening this morning, this afternoon, this evening to this video. You will be able to use it. You will be able to utilize it to carve out a future on the Terra Luna Classic blockchain. And when we start to see a productive environment, a very positive environment where people are actually able to stake a claim, they're making their dreams become a reality. Well, we're going to begin attracting more users, and those users themselves are going to be able to utilize those tools. And my belief in tools really does stem back to the very beginning of our existence here on LUNC, when we came up with the first metric site being LUNC-.com. We saw so many sites after that launch, but we always kept LUNC- there. We always made it available, and we've advanced that technology to this very day. So when I say I believe in tools, I believe in tools. The power to unlocking this ecosystem is our community. It's not these individual validators. They've had 3 years and they're all still squabbling over power. They're still building products with L2 coins where they can siphon and drain users, where they can attack another validator's user base. Again, I'm about building tools for you, the community. I believe that each and every one of you has the power to tip the scales. And a lot of you probably stand there a lot of the time and say to yourself, well, what can I really do on chain? That's what Project Remedy is all about. It is for those people who feel there is nothing that they can do on chain to help. That is all going to change between the 1st of April and the 10th of April this year. It's going to be a massive set of tools rolling out, and we're going to continue expanding on it as we continued expanding with LUNC-. You've got an Android mobile app, you've got an iOS mobile app, you've got a desktop version being developed, you've got the extension for your browsers being developed. We're going to continue pushing the limits of the technology, and we're going to continue pushing a productive environment. And yet, if people are playing up, if there's people power grabbing, if people are doing stuff that we're probably going to see this chain led into a centralized ecosystem, I'm going to speak out. I'm going to call it out, because I do not want to see us ever in a position where we're stuck. We're back at square one. We're back with that Terra Rebels environment where the community has absolutely no say and no sway. And this is why I'm really concerned about all of the people wanting to rush right now when it comes down to the delisting of USTC. They don't even want to see the dust settle. They just want to plow ahead. Project Remedy is about slowing things down. It's not about progressing the chain or bringing some crazy upgrade or saying to you, this is going to bring billions and billions of dollars. No, we're simply giving you a tool set to go out and stake a claim. Not a claim on some L2 chain that we've created or using, like I said, some L2 coin. It only uses and utilizes LUNC. If we do in fact see a delisting rollout of USTC, again, LUNC is probably what we're going to have left. If we see a tanking effect on the price of USTC, there isn't much that can save it. A centralized body is effectively going to need to come in to centralize to get it relisted, and this plays straight into the LUNC Live ball court. So when it comes down to projects that are actually building tools for you, the user, instead of being self-centered, it's going to be absolutely key in 2025 if we want to see LUNC pump, if we want to see that big move upwards. We're going to have to heavily focus on the native asset itself. That's why it's so important. That's why it's so vital. Each and every one of you use and utilize it for everything. You're voting, You use it for your staking to gain commission, to gain rewards. It's the whole point you're here inside this ecosystem. If we were to go ahead and fix anything at this moment in time, I would say we need to go in and look at the gas situation. Although we've simplified the handling, it's still very expensive in comparison to something like Ethereum. I last night wanted to move around 30 million LUNC. That would have cost me $9.45 just to move 30 million LUNC. You can imagine how quickly that adds up, and on a microtransaction scale, that's not beneficial for the ecosystem. So again, we've got these changing times, we've got these changing regulatory landscapes, and everybody's just trying to grab whatever they can. They're not concerned with the ecosystem, they're concerned about what they can control inside the ecosystem. And what I say to each and every LUNC holder right now, clutch your coins tight, because you're going to be able to use them, you're going to be able to utilize them, and they're going to be vital going forward. We're probably going to see a lot of manipulation when it comes down to USTC being delisted, because the order books are going to get thinner. So what I really do believe we're actually seeing here is a last ditch effort with USTC, if you will. The whale manipulation is going to come in thick, it's going to come in fast. They're probably going to push it up. Validators are inclined to push the price up and act as if everything's okay. You're not going to see a price collapse because they get paid from this asset. They don't see a way out. They're not happy with the reclassification, and they would rather sit there and do nothing. So again, although there's these negatives, we've got these huge positives that we've been working on. And like I said, the reason why I'm not about as much is because we're actually building a product out. We've had to design this entire thing from scratch. We've had to create a legal entity. There's many different moving parts to this where we're working with the bigger players in the space. And when I say that, I really, really do mean that. Project Remedy is going to change the very face of this ecosystem. And as the days have gone on, as I've seen more news articles rolling out across the web, others are attempting to do the same thing that we've been working on for around a year here on LUNC. So it tells us this is what everybody else is pushing towards, but we're already there. The LUNC chain is about to launch this set of tools within the next few weeks. We are on the precipice of greatness, and that's why I'm so upset. That's why I'm so annoyed at the moment with all of the power grabbing, and I'm stood back. There's not a lot I can do. I'm not home. I'm not in the studio. I'm not able to read every single comment on Twitter, but I'm still here. I'm still building tools. I'm going to continue pushing LUNC Dash, and Project Remedy launches 2 DApps. It does not stop there. There's going to be 3 more DApps launching consecutively over the course of 2025, and we're going to build out what is currently Project Remedy, and I'm going to be unveiling it very soon. There's a new trailer launching this week, so keep an eye out for it. If you can figure out Project Remedy before somebody else, you could get a pretty big advantage. But again, we're trying to do this in the fairest way possible without unveiling our crucial technology that someone could probably come in and steal and try to produce themselves. We have to be very careful, but I'm very, very, very excited. Project Remedy is actually one of the things that have kept me sane, alongside LUNC Dash, doing the maintenance, keeping the whole entire system operational, if you will, keeps me sane. And then coming here, doing the videos, speaking to you guys, going through the comments, although I don't reply a lot, I am going in and I am reading those comments. I'm seeing what you guys are saying, and it's crucial feedback for me. So keep it coming, keep the comments rolling in. I appreciate each and every one of you that have continued supporting us on the validator during the past few months when there's not been a lot of content rolling out. It's not easy for someone like me. I don't have a huge team. We don't work for profit. We don't have a lot of income, and everything we get is going back into Project Remedy, LUNC Dash, and all of these other amazing things that we're working on. But guys, probably from the 31st of March onwards, I'm going to be back at home in the studio, working hard, pushing content, keeping you guys up to date on absolutely everything. Just hang in there. Stick with me. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to be very excited to see what launches and how this fits in to the LUNC ecosystem. But aside that, guys, have a great day. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and I'll catch you in the next one.